We neutralized Yellow Dogon Rakumi. He was a top loyalist of Dansa Adi. He was neutralized by troops on the 3rd of February during offensive operations in Kunguki area of Kaura Namuda local government area of Zamfara state. We also neutralized Sulen, Nagala, Laoshi, and Bagis. The trio are senior commanders of a terrorist group under the leadership of terrorist warlord named Nagala. They were neutralized by troops in conjunction with the Zamfara State Community Protection Guard on the 11th of February during the encounter in Binji district of Maru local government area of Zamfara State. Additionally, one Malam, he was one of the top loyalists of Sani Menasara, alias Black. He was eliminated on the 18th of February by troops in Zamfara State in conjunction with the Zamfara Community Protection Guard in Zumi local government area of Zamfara State. One Alaji Baldu, Baban Yara, and Alaji Kabiru. The trio were associates, loyalists of Saleh Bakaya. They were killed on the 24th of February during rival gang clash within Safi local government area of Zamfara State. Overall, the troops of Operation Hadirin Daji neutralized 345 terrorists. They arrested 80 suspects and they rescued 289 kidnapped hostages during the month of February. Additionally, the troops recovered 214 AK-47 rifles, 84 fabricated weapons, over 3,800 rounds of 7.62 millimeter special ammunition, amongst other items. Now we can take a look at Operation Wild Punch. The troops of Operation Wild Punch recorded the following during the month of February. On the 21st of February, the air component of Operation Wild Punch conducted air interdiction on terrorist leader enclave Boderi Ishaku. The location was observed, acquired, and subsequently engaged with rockets and cannons. The battle damage assessment revealed that several terrorists were neutralized, including the notorious terrorist leader and several of his commanders and foot soldiers. Earlier, on the 22nd of February, air component of Operation Wild Punch conducted air interdiction on another notorious terrorist enclave. The enclave belonged to Saleh Kawaji in Biningwari local government area of Kaduna State. Battle damage assessment revealed that several terrorists were neutralized and their structures destroyed as a result of the airstrike. Additionally, following the massing up of terrorists believed to be a coalition of the Kachala, Ardo, and Alaji Torso terrorist group, with the intention of reprisal attacks and burial arrangements of late terrorist kingpin Boderi in Chikum and Shiroro local government areas of Kaduna and Kogi states, respectively. The air component of Operation Wild Punch conducted air interdiction, and this was on the 23rd of February. The location was acquired and subsequently engaged with rockets and cannons. The battle damage assessment revealed that several of the terrorists were neutralized and their structures destroyed. Overall, the troops of Operation Wild Punch neutralized 150 terrorists. They arrested 161 suspects, and they rescued 44 kidnapped hostages. Additionally, the troops recovered 96 AK-47 rifles, 52 assorted weapons, over 2,000 rounds of 7.62mm special ammunition, among other items. Now, we can move over to the South-South, where we have Operation Delta Safe. The troops of Operation Delta Safe maintained the momentum against the activities of crude oil theft. Significantly, on the 23rd of February, a kidnapped kingpin named David Okwala Okolowo, widely recognized as Tubaba, notorious for terrorizing river states and neighboring areas. This Tubaba succumbed to injuries that he sustained in an air strike conducted by the air component of Operation Delta Safe in Ahoda Forest, Rivers State. The airstrike was part of a joint operation with the Nigerian police in Port Harcourt. It was initiated based on credible intelligence that indicated the presence of Tubaba and his criminal gang hiding in the swampy forest. Subsequently, the precise targeting of the strike resulted in the complete obliteration of the gathering. The notorious Tubaba was among the survivors of the airstrike. He, however, sustained several injuries from the strike. He later succumbed to his injuries at another location. It will be recalled that Tubaba had been evading authorities for several months following his alleged involvement in the ruthless murder of Bako Angbashim, a divisional police officer in Ahoda East local government area of Rivers State. The incident resulted in the killing and dismemberment of the late DPO's body. Overall, troops of Operation Delta Safe neutralized 10 terrorists and the arrest of 359 perpetrators of oil theft, as well as suspected violent extremists. Troops also denied the oil theft of close to 9 million liters of crude oil, over 1 million liters of AGO, over 18,000 liters of DPK, and over 45,000 liters of PMS during the month of February. Additionally, troops recovered 79 AK-47 weapons, among other assorted weapons, and destroyed 316 wooden boats, 3,859 assorted ammunitions, and 246 illegal refining sites were destroyed in the month of February. Now to the southeast, where we have Operation Udoka. The troops of Operation Udoka recorded the following during the month of February. The troops arrested suspected violent extremists, otherwise called the indigenous people of Biafra and their Eastern Security Network cohorts in Easy local government area of Ebonyi State. Troops conducted raid operations in Easy and Osu local government area of Ebonyi and Imo states, respectively. They also foiled Funali local clash in Nkanu East local government area of Enugu State. Furthermore, troops conducted fighting patrols in Oguta local government area of Imo State, and they foiled kidnap incidents in Igboho North local government area of Enugu State. Overall, the troops of Operation Udoka neutralized 106 terrorists or violent extremists. 69 of them were arrested and 19 kidnapped hostages were rescued. Troops also recovered 19 AK-47 rifles, 46 pump-action guns, over 1,700 rounds of 7.62mm special ammunition, among others. Now, all the recovered items, the arrested suspects, and rescued hostages have been handed over to relevant authorities for further action, including prosecution. I would like to say that certainly, if these terrorist groups don't come to the table in peace, the armed forces will continue to punish them with overwhelming military force. It will be recalled that we recently took delivery of additional air platforms to further enhance our lethal capabilities. And from the report that I have just reeled out, you will observe that it is contrary to the opinion of some. Troops are making significant strides and recording notable successes in operations across the country. Though it might not seem So to some of them, to some of us, the fact remains that remarkable progress is being made. Overall, I will urge citizens to endure today's pain for our tomorrow's gain. We should take solace in knowing that it is all in a bid to make Nigeria great again. We can all begin in making Nigeria great again by taking on the Celebrate Nigeria challenge. I therefore open the Celebrate Nigeria challenge, and I commence the challenge by saying, I am Nigerian. Of course, we use the Naira. Of course, we are tough, resilient, and industrious. Of course, the African Footballer of the Year is Nigerian. Of course, Burna Boy, Tiwa Savage, Whiskey, Ira Star, Davido, and Yemi Alade are all Nigerians. Over to you. I would like to emphasize that before we carry out any strikes, there is what we call intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance that is carried out at the location to confirm indeed who are those that we are seeing. Are these terrorists or are these locals? Apart from that, human intelligence is dispatched to infiltrate those locations to further confirm that indeed these are terrorists. When we are now certainly sure these are terrorists, the target is acquired and subsequently engaged. This is how we carry out our airstrikes. Foiling Fulani local, or should I say, headers and local clashes in the southeast. I reported that on several instances, troops have done that. It means that we are doing what we are supposed to do. We will continue to do this. And in our non-kinetic means or lines of operation, we will try and we will continue to encourage coexistence between all these groups, because we're all Nigerians. We're all Nigerians, and the country belongs to us. So I'm happy to report that troops have been very successful in foiling such clashes across the country, and in this particular instance in the southeast. It is important for us to know that if we coexist in peace, it's for the betterment of all. The ground needs the manure that the animals provide. And then the crops that come out of the ground is for all of us to eat as citizens. So we will continue to make progress in that direction. Now, I have said that for us in the military, what we know how to do best is to go after the enemy and to go after the adversary. The enemy in this case are the terrorists, the violent extremists, and anyone who constitutes himself, herself, as a group, community, or whatsoever, hindering the safety and security of citizens, you are enemy, you are adversary, we go after you. Whether or not discussions are taking place in the background for people to surrender or whatever, that one no concern us. Video by Sunday Igboho. Did I get the name right? Okay. Well, I've not seen that video. I've not seen that video. I would take my time to look for that video after this briefing. But one thing I can say is that the military has always welcomed, we have always welcomed alternative ideas. We've always welcomed communities. We've welcomed stakeholders to come forward, provide ideas on how we can change the situation and make it better. If what he's saying is to make the situation better, but if what he's saying is to disregard the armed forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, then definitely he's out of line, because that is against the Constitution. So I think when I watch that video, if I have not answered the question appropriately here now, when I watch that video, I think I will give the necessary response.